Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Broly from the Anime Economics team, and today I wanted to take a deeper look and explore a side of the Naruto universe that rarely gets screen time: economics. I figured it would be interesting to rank the 5 Great Shinobi Villages: the hidden sand, the hidden leaf, the hidden mist, the hidden cloud, and the hidden stone by their economic prowess, from the weakest to the most prosperous. Of course, the reason this topic often doesn't get mentioned is because there's a severe lack of information on the topic at large. Also, keep in mind that Masashi Kishimoto isn't an economist, and therefore didn't or couldn't write a comprehensive or accurate representation of regions with real-world economics. However, we can infer a lot of the economic factors with a little bit of guessing and some rough estimations to see how the shinobi of Naruto lived and where you probably want to move to. If you like these economic style anime analyses, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the page and hit that bell. With that out of the way, let's get started. So, as already mentioned, Naruto is more shonen action than an econ sim. But the world of ninjas still runs on money, Ryo to be exact. Canon tells us that 1 Ryo equals 10 Japanese yen, which converts to about 0.1 USD. So when a mission pays $10,000 Ryo, that's roughly $1,000 for us. The second official fanbook, written by Kishimoto himself, even rates each village's economic strength on a 1 to 5 scale. Kumogakure scores a perfect 5 out of 5, while the other 4, Konoha, Sunagakure, Iwagakure, and Kirigakure, each sit at 2 out of 5. The nature of this scale we do not know anything about. Neither what it's based on, nor what the scale even means, probably something he thought to include cause why not, I guess. Population ratings follow a similar 1 to 5 scheme. Konoha leads with 5 out of 5, Iwa at 4 out of 5, Kumo at 3 out of 5, and both Kiri and Suna trailing at 2 out of 5. This is much more straightforward. Even if the exact population metrics are missing, this is important info that's as close to canon as we'll ever get. Now here's where we encounter our most significant, completely system-breaking issue: the pay scales. Genin, the entry-level ninja, can run D and C rank missions. By doing a quick thought experiment, assuming normal work schedules, we can get 250 business days per year. That is weekends off plus 11 holidays. And a Genin completes just 1 minimum paying D rank mission per day, which is the smallest amount of money that the laziest Genin procrastinator can make. Totaling $500 times 250 days equals $125,000 annually. That's right, a Ghanaian could make $125,000 a year and live off of nothing but D-rank missions where all he does is find pets and mow gardens. Mix in a few C-ranks, easily push past 150K. Suddenly, the ninja life, when measured in USD, looks like a dream career path. But if any able-bodied civilian can do these simple tasks, mowing gardens, finding lost cats, what does this imply about each village's economy? This leads me to 4 possibly logical conclusions, which, ordered from the least logical to the most logical, are: A. People who aren't Genin, or aren't even ninjas for that matter, are allowed to do D-rank missions, which would then mean that everyone in Konoha has at least an annual income of $125,000, which makes no sense whatsoever. B. The law restricts people who aren't ninjas to do any physical work, because if you think about it, what can be simpler than finding lost cats and weeding gardens, again, each of which pay a minimum of $500? C. Non-ninjas can do these simple jobs, but they are paid way less, which would then lead to the conclusion that Konoha is an oppressive society that practically treats non-ninjas like slaves. D. Kishimoto had no clue what he was doing when he said that 1 Ryo equals 10 yen. As you can see, this entire absurdity rests upon the idea that 1 Ryo is equal to 10 Japanese yen. If it were modified a little bit, let's say if 1 Ryo was instead equal to like 1 Japanese yen, or if it just wasn't related to any real-world equivalent currency, then this problem would cease to exist. But the exchange rate is canon, and thus ridiculousness remains true. Anyways, now for the rankings, we'll combine as much from the fanbook ratings, mission pay economics, population data, and in-series hints as reasonably possible, like Konoha's teaching/tourism and the Hidden Cloud's trade routes, to rank the economies. Fair warning, we'll have to do all we can with what we have. as especially for the hidden sand and the hidden mist, as the livelihoods there are less documented. Number 5, Sunagakure, Hidden Sand Village. Landing at the number 5 spot is Sunagakure. Rated 2.5 for economy and 2.5 for population, the sand village sits in an arid environment that limits agriculture and trade. Canon references a few spice caravans and wind-scorched missions, but little else. Key limiting factors are that harsh climate reduces arable land, leading to fewer farms, thus less local food production. Trade reliance on land caravans vulnerable to bandits. Military spending on desert patrols likely high. Tourism is nearly zero, unlike Konoha's tree-lined paths and seasonal festivals. Contrast: compare that to the mist fishing fleets or the stone's mineral resources. The hidden sand simply lacks a strong export. So the economic score will give Suna a net effective score of about 1.5 out of 5, worse than the official rating by a little, as they only scrape by on ninja missions and limited trade. Number 4, Kirigakure, Hidden Mist Village. Next up, Kirigakure at number 4. Also 2 out of 5 economy, but 2 out of 5 population. The hidden mist coastal position suggests a fishing-based economy. Canon glimpses show fishing trawlers and ninja for hire in maritime security. Some fun facts. Due to the 5th and 6th Mizukage's efforts, peace was established in Kiri. They also managed to recover 5 of the 6 swords that had gone missing due to multiple defections on the part of the 7 swordsmen of the Mist. Currently, Samehada is the only blade not in Kiri's possession. Despite the peace of the new era, tensions between the Land of Water and neighboring countries, especially the Land of Waves, remained. Since the feudal lords in the Land of Water rely on the instability to amass influence, they are fearful that the continued expansion of neighboring nations will endanger their economic interests. As such, Chojuro has been unable to establish complete order. Here are some strengths of the village: seafood exports, imported by other villages, naval missions, protection against pirates, typhoons. There are weaknesses though. Political turmoil makes foreign investment risky. Foggy climate hinders agriculture, heavy reliance on imported grain. Conclusion: Kiri edges out Suna thanks to its exportable resources, but constant turnover in leadership and environmental challenges cap growth. Effective score 2 out of 5. Number 3, Iwagakure, Hidden Stone Village. Climbing to 3rd is Iwagakure, rated 2 out of 5 economy and 4 out of 5 population. The Land of Earth is rich in ore deposits. Canon mentions iron and gemstone mines, plus stone carving artisans. Fun fact, even during times of peace, Iwa and its Tsuchikage have worked behind the scenes against its fellow villages, such as by using mercenaries like Akatsuki to carry out missions the village could not be directly involved in, or that it lacked the resources for. Deidara, pupil of the 3rd Tsuchikage, stole a forbidden technique to further his artistic pursuits and defected after using his new art to leave the village structures in shambles, becoming a terrorist bomber for hire before his forced recruitment into Akatsuki. Geographically, the Rocky Mountain ranges that surround the village provide a natural stronghold that it is very proud of. The village's infrastructure is built from much of the surrounding rock and stone, shaped into tower-like structures that are interconnected by a network of bridges. Strengths: mining exports, iron for weapons, gemstones for luxury goods. Large workforce, population rating 4 out of 5 means plenty of labor for both mining and missions. Some of the weaknesses include rugged terrain hikes transport costs, limited fertile valleys restrict agriculture, heavy military spending on border defense accentuates resource strain, or a per capita note, implying that a bigger population dilutes per capita income despite high total output. Genin and Iwa might earn similar mission pay, but with more mouths to feed. Score: solid but not spectacular. Let's peg Iwa at 2.5 out of 5. Number 2, Konohagakure, Hidden Leaf Village. Runner-up is Konohagakure, the crown jewel of fanbook population, ratings at 5 out of 5, but economy at only 2 out of 5. Why so just average economically when Konoha is the most populous? Well, it is surrounded on all sides by enormous walls. While generally seen as the most powerful of the ninja villages, Konoha has enjoyed many years of relative peace and stability. During the 6th and 7th Hokage's era, the hidden village that was Konoha had stopped being hidden and instead become the first metropolitan area in the Land of Fire. Stores which had been in business since the village's founding grew into 24-hour businesses, and due to condos housing hundreds of people, it brought in more immigrants. Konoha's population eventually turned prominently non-shinobi, due to the academy introducing a general studies department with its ninjutsu department falling below quota in the peaceful era. Military budget was considered to be lowered in order to focus on other projects, leading to decreased funding for organizations such as the Anbu. The village expanded to the land behind the Hokage Rock and installed the Thunder Rail throughout the village, leading to Konoha being regarded as a city rather than a village. Some observations: high government spending, constant rebuilding after invasions, war damages infrastructure, service economy, academy tuition, 24/8 shops, tourism, such as the Hokage Rock visits, corporate presence, Ichiraku Ramen franchise, Kaminarimon Company. We also have the previously mentioned Genin paradox. With only 9 new Genin per year on average, the ninja labor pool is artificially small, keeping mission pay high, I guess. Meanwhile, non-ninjas face low wages, potentially fostering inequality, revenue drains, endless wars, medical costs, and peacekeeping missions likely hollow out the treasury. Final take: massive human capital but heavy overhead. Konoha scores 3.5 out of 5 on our scale, second only to number 1, Kumogakure, Hidden Cloud Village. And at the pinnacle stands Kumogakure, the only village with a 5 out of 5 economic rating and 3 out of 5 population. The village is located in a range of tall mountains and is literally hidden in the clouds. Why does the land of lightning thunder economically? During the war, Kumo actually fell victim to the infinite Tsukuyomi and god nativity of a world of trees, but ultimately endured the attack. With the war won, Kumo works closely together with other villages, improving relationships between each other. 2 years later, Kumo is still consolidating power, but it does so for mutual benefit of all the villages by taking charge of stopping the moon from crashing into Earth. By the era of the 5th Raikage, all 5 Kage are on good terms. Some of the key drivers: silver mines and electrum deposits, canon references unique metals for high-end weapons, trade routes, strategic position atop the land of steam, control over mountain passes linking multiple countries, lightning release tech, advanced Kekkei Genkai research sells to allied nations, labor and missions. Genin to Chunin conversion is competitive, but skilled shinobi command premium mission fees. Non-ninja labor for mining and trade is likely paid at market rates, avoiding Konoha's inequality trap. Government model: Kumo's leadership under the Raikage showcases efficient taxation. Portions of mine revenue funneled into infrastructure and defense, minimizing rebuild costs. Conclusion: with robust exports, strategic geography, and balanced fiscal policies, Kumogakure clinches the top spot. 5 out of 5. There you have it. Sunagakure at 5, Kirigakure at 4, Iwagakure number 3, Konohagakure second, and Kumogakure reigning supreme at first place. Well, economics in Naruto may be messy canon fodder, but it's fascinating to see how resources, population, and policy shape these shinobi states. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what other hidden facets of the Narrativeverse should we dissect next. Let us know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Okay, bye.